think I've had the wrong idea about finding my passion. What up? Fresh off of work, not out of the shower, just fed the kittens, biting my leg right now. This one, it's gonna be a ramble. Who knows how much editing I'll do, but it's about passions. It's about interests and passions. What was this channel built on? Finding interests and passions. We've strayed away from that for a little bit. We've kind of been reeling it, trying to figure out how to mend it in, right? It's been difficult though, because it's like talking about my passions, that's fun. Talking about finding the passion, how much is there to talk about? Because a man, he can be lost in that journey. So I'm just giving you my story on how I'm working through finding my passions, interests. I wanted to make a video this week. I didn't have anything to write about. So I've kind of had a topic going about reconnecting with finding this passion, right? It's been a busy week, so I didn't really have much to write about. I wrote some notes down the one day when I thought about this, but I think, and I was thinking about making it a Substack article, but I think I'm going to have these notes, project and ramble. Based on my findings from this ramble, I will go back and maybe write a better, well-formed Substack article on it. So, let's begin. I think I was wrong about finding my passion. Originally, I thought it was, I've had ideas about what that would entail, right? But I mainly thought that it was going to be one thing. And I agreed with the idea that everyone has like a specific passion in their life that they might need to find. And for some people who can find this, right, it's the greatest thing to happen to them. They found their one thing. Maybe they were just, they found it when they were super young and just stuck with it. They still love it. Some get burnt out. What's that famous chess guy? Oh, he used to be so good, and then he quit when he was like, really good. And then he became something, he started doing something else, then he became good. Look, we didn't do much research over here, like I said. Off the dome. Forget his name, chess guy, he was good at chess. He stopped playing chess, became good at other things. He's moving on from passion to passion. So for some people, this can be the greatest thing ever, right? Finding this passion early on. Others, I think there's two types of people. There's the people who have their passion, right? Or they love, enjoy, and searching for it. And then there's those who hear about finding passions, right? And they believe they can find it too. However, it can become a great strife in their life and be almost a hurdle in their life, to where it's something that they often are thinking about all the time. I'd say I'm closer to that end. I'm thinking about it all the time. And I think there's a way, if you're like this, there's a way I think we can fix this, right? My current theory, right? I need to stop saying right. My current theory is that some people might be born with this like encoded passion. I forget who says that. Might be Arthur Brooks, might be, what's his name, Jim Hollis, maybe a couple guys you've seen on like Andrew Huberman's podcast. I'm listening to those every now and then, right? Maybe they're born with that passion already, but maybe they are just better at being content with doing things or the one thing that they enjoy. And then what if there's other people who can't? I think it's less maybe about finding that passion and more about finding contentment. Is that a word? Contentment. Within the things you do. And, maybe once you've reached content, you can reach this joy and this deeper passion within something once you, become good enough at it. I don't know. But maybe some people just, they're born with it, they love it, they stick with it forever. I guess there's multiple ways that we can talk about this passion or interest. There is career passion, right? And then there's just like hobby passions. And I think more when people are talking about finding their passion, it's always more of the career version, right? We all have interests, we all have hobbies. But maybe we're talking more about that career specific one, because I think about it, right? I'm searching for this career passion. I enjoy the field of design. I'm incorporated that into my life. I'm searching somewhere in the design field, somewhere in the creative field, to find my passion within that, right? And I enjoy learning, and I'm starting to come to a conclusion that maybe my passion is just learning new things. I don't know. It's just a theory right now. But then there's also the interests, right, that I've had throughout my whole life. Paleontology, Pokemon, stuff like that. Star Wars, Lego, where it's like I've liked these things since I was young. You know, they've gained interest, lost interest, but I always enjoy them. I feel like that's not as much what we're talking about, because you could technically say that those are passions of mine, but they're just things that I like. So this deeper passion, I feel, is more linked to maybe less consumption and more creative, because it's like with all of that, it's more, well, I guess not all of it. You know what I'm saying, though. I hope. Maybe some people are just better at being content with these kinds of things. Kitten was clawing the wall. And maybe others need to do many things throughout their life. They get bored easier. They want to explore. Neither of these are bad, I'd say. Maybe there's somebody who's content with doing one thing. That is their life joy. That's admirable. That's awesome. Then there's people who can't find this one thing. Maybe they enjoy searching for this one thing too, and they like to explore. They're interested in other things, and they move on. So I've searched for a while to find this one thing, right? I'm always learning new things I'm interested in and working on new hobbies, with the intent that I'll hopefully find my passion within it. I think that last part specifically, that's the key right there. Enjoying things with the intent of hopefully finding my passion. Cut it. Chop that off. That's the wrong mindset to have. I need to go into it with less stakes. I'm making things way too important. They're just, especially with the hobbies part, because I guess I was talking there about kind of all of the above. Why are we going into with so much stakes? I'm learning new things. I'm trying new things because I enjoy it, right? I tried crocheting. I wasn't very good at it, and I wasn't enjoying myself while I was doing it. Cut it out. Stop trying. Maybe one day I'd come back to it. That, and then move on. It doesn't have to be so deep. I invested a tiny bit of money into it. Maybe that's another thing. When searching for a passion, okay, this is actually a good point. Not a good problem, bad problem, but good point to a problem. I think when you go into a new hobby or new passion, sometimes there's a paywall, just how it is. Sometimes, however, you have to try to do it without the paywall, because paywall adds stakes, and then with those stakes being added, if you end up not enjoying it, or you stop doing it for some reason, the paywall adds extra stakes. It's almost like you're forcing yourself with this mindset of like, I spent money on this, I have to enjoy it. I'm going to hope this is my passion because I spent so much money doing something. I feel like I've done that a good amount of times in my life where I'm buying something new for like a hobby or something. I try it out. Then it sits in the corner. We got to stop doing that. I just need to go into it with less stakes. Less stakes with your passion. Stakes with a side of it. Less stakes with there's something cooking here. More passion. Passion with the side of steak. Something. Next. I do enjoy searching though. Like learning new things, searching for hopefully find these new passions. But the mindset that I have with it of hoping that this is going to be a passion needs to stop. It needs to just be, I'm hoping I enjoy this. And if I enjoy it, great. If I don't, move on. However, here's another part. Knowing when you've hit this wall of boredom within something. within a hobby, within a job, within your passion. I think there's always going to be burnout, boredom, something that stands in the way, and then in the back of your mind it creeps in of, this ain't my passion. Maybe you were set in stone that this is your passion. Maybe it's not true anymore. But I think once that boredom, that stress, that burnout, that was what I was trying to think of again. Maybe when that hits, it's harder with a job, but taking a step back, quitting for a second, again, harder with a job. Don't just quit out of the blue. Stop for a sec and then come back to it. If that burnout, boredom per se, is still there, it might be time to let it go. If not, if you're, took a long enough break, maybe pivoting in your career to something else, then you're like, you know what? I miss what I was doing. Even though you felt burnt out before, you go back to it. Then you enjoy it. And it's not always going to be fun, like it just isn't. Good things come with hard work. Good things come with stress. You're not going to be happy every day. You can have gratitude every day, but you're probably not going to be happy most of the day. I was driving home in the car, nothing to do this evening. And we talked about it in the past. I was in a bit of a sour mood. Why? I don't know. Sometimes you're not feeling it. Feeling better now though. Come back to it. See if you still enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it anymore and you're like, man, I don't have my passion anymore, right? You thought you had your passion. You left it behind. Now what? Don't get worked up about it. Look back on it as something that made you who you are. It was a step to the next step in the great steps of life, right? Kitten. How do we sum all this up? I think that my mindset's changed a little bit. Did it change? What's the point here? What's the point here? Oh, the main point. Go into it with less stakes. Search, explore, enjoy life. Search through life with new things you enjoy. However, less stakes. Less pressure on yourself. This doesn't have to be the one thing you do for the rest of your life. You can do a million things. Call back to my very first video. Well, not first one. First one with the interests involved. Start that, what did I say, cupcake business, I think is what I said. Start that cupcake business at 70. You never know. So that's that with the passions. Less pressure on yourself. Hopefully you find your passion. You might never find your passion, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, at least you spent your life exploring new things. And I think by the end of your life, if you've searched for so long for this one thing, you will realize, wow, I had a lot of good experiences and I'm glad that I explored my life. And maybe you'll realize, maybe I didn't have that one thing. Or maybe exploring was your passion. You just didn't know it. So yeah, that's that for that. Couple things. I watched a video on procrastination the other day. Not even as much procrastination, just making things easier. You're going to say you're doing something by the end of the week, right? If you just take the step and do it now, it might take you 15 minutes and you'll get it done. Yesterday, I was on that time. And I did a lot of stuff while I was able to. So that was nice. And, crossing all that stuff off your mental checklist, it does wonders. It really clears your head. So I recommend you, if you have a bunch of stuff on the to-do list, take a step now. Get off the videos. Mark off that checklist. Trust me. That's about it for me. Haven't been up to much else. busy. That's what I've been up to. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Less pressure on yourself. Enjoy life. Find your passions. Keep on searching. Keep on learning. Go take a shower. I'm about to as well. Eat some dinner. It's going to be delicious. Have a great rest of your day. Also, one more thing. I got with that last video. Maybe it'll change, but thanking everybody, thanking YouTube for the good views and everything, that always gets you. It has to humble you. I said, oh, thanks for, we getting 50 views a video now. Next video, 2, probably both me. So it is what it is. I'm just talking. These aren't that much work, but it was a real gut punch after the progress I was making. So if you're watching this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Peace out.